Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Hello, Grand Rapids, the city receiving international attention after promoter Rob Bliss posted the LipDub he created online. It's received nearly 2 million hits. It should be 2 million by the time this show airs, and the number is growing. What sparked the idea? How is it being received? What is the end game? How does it benefit West Michigan? We discuss on West Michigan Week. Thank you for joining us on West Michigan Week. On the panel, as always, Carol Valade, Grand Rapids Business Journal, and our guest, Scott Erickson. You produced the LipDub.
I did, yeah. Thank you, Patrick. Carol, thank you.
When this all began, we're going to show the video here momentarily. When this all began and you were approached with this idea.
Yeah, November of 2010, Rob and I were talking, and he said, I kind of want to do one of those LipDub videos downtown with the whole community. And this was actually before the Newsweek article came out. And I was like, okay.
The Newsweek article being
We're going to show the video first.
an online. Well, I mean, this was sort of the sweet revenge in the end, I guess. But the Newsweek article online that declared Grand Rapids to be one of 10 dying cities, along with 2 others in the state of Michigan.
Why don't we take a look at that? Why don't we show the Newsweek magazine, America's Dying Cities. Grand Rapids came in number 10 on the dying cities list, and basically the notation is Michigan dominates much of this list, with several cities experiencing significant declines in population as the state suffered high unemployment rates and above average foreclosures in recent years due mainly to the collapse of the auto industry. And they take a look at population here, roughly 200,000, portion under 18 is almost 25%. But it's that total change of population where we see the negative numbers, minus 2% in total pop, and then change in residents under 18 is minus 2.2%. And that sparked this whole debate, I guess.
Well, it gave you a deadline for that LipDub that was in the back of your mind.
It definitely became incendiary from our perspective, yes, because what was a cool idea of Rob's in November became a, hey, this is timely, let's definitely attack this as soon as possible, and then we went into development starting in November.
How did you pick the song? I mean, of all the songs in the world.
Rob wanted a song that had a lot of visual imagery, and you know, to paraphrase what he tells people is it has very colorful lyrics, it's an all-American song, and it communicates a lot of cool ideas that he wanted to draw from. But another cool thing about it from a production standpoint is the song has lots of movement to it. It will become triumphant and include the audience of what is a live recording of Don McLean's American Pie, but then it will become quiet and soft and gentle, and visually from a production standpoint you can move through the song in a really cool way.
Are you ever going to be able to get this song out of your head now?
I don't think so. The crazy thing is I have some pretty vivid memories of listening to the song when I was very young.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's see the video.
Yeah.
Let's let everybody see what we're now talking about. Also have the Chicago song. Yes. It is spectacular. I mean, when you think about the production that went into that one take, and I was downtown to see that golf cart kind of weaving its way through the city streets.
Yeah.
Take us behind the scenes. What took place here that made that happen?
Absolutely, Patrick. The first thing that happens with any production is a concept, and Rob had that, and from the outset I said, Rob, you have no experience in this, but you're the director, you have this vision, and as a producer I'm going to help you execute it. And the way that works is we move into a development phase where we really flesh out stuff. We bring on maybe 1 or 2 other key players that have to be involved, a line producer on my end, and just some like creative consultants on Rob's end, just a couple close friends. And then from there, we get ready for our press release, and then with our press release begins pre-production, where we start bringing on our crew and start working with the camera department on what kind of shots we want and what the choreography is going to look like for the camera crew, not just on the Gator, but also driving through our route for the LipDub video. And then with pre-production, we started rehearsals. And the way we did rehearsals was sort of a guerrilla style. We went out early on Sunday mornings and we drove through the route on the Gator with just the camera crew. And if you look at our rehearsal schedule, we sort of built it like a skeleton, starting with the camera crew only, and Rob you know, giving direction and sort of, you know, making that very solid and making sure that everyone's on the same page with that. And then we added our key production assistants and or key PAs, and basically we determined their roles from the route by breaking it up into 8 sections so that it's manageable for them to then manage a team of 3 production assistants underneath them per zone. And then the way we did that is we practiced with all the key PAs, and then we practiced with all the PAs. And from there, we broke it down into thirds. We broke the route down into thirds and then added talent, just the key talent, the people that you see, the 20 or so people that are featured. And then we did that on 3 weekends, and then we were ready to go. We had to see how many extras showed up on the day, which is just the community members.
Were there actions and participation that maybe surprised you as you were filming that day, the LipDub? I mean, I'm thinking about cheerleaders and football teams, and you know, the Rapid Club in the river, and all of the things that were necessary. I mean, were there some surprises to you as producers or to the crew in terms of just action on the part of people
Sure.
as they joined in?
Yeah, Carol, that's a great question. The one thing that surprised me and the one thing that I thought was really cool and actually will add credit to Grand Rapids for its creativity is the Where's Waldo character that showed up on the day, who actually would place himself in interesting positions along the route and then run ahead or hop on a bicycle and ride ahead to catch up with the camera as it passed again. I thought that was kind of cool. We had everything pretty planned, right down to the football team and the cheerleaders and the kayakers in the river, all of that. So as far as big surprises or anything like that, we were pretty much on top of it.
Anybody get paid for this?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we had some vendors that were paid. It was a mixture production because it's a nonprofit. And then we can take in sponsor dollars through Rob's nonprofit, and then we can pay out specific members of the crew.
Who were the sponsors in the end?
The sponsor list is pretty long. We have pretty unilateral support from the local organizations, the Downtown Alliance, Experience Grand Rapids, but our platinum corporate sponsors were the Amway Hotel Collection, Easy Rotor Helicopter, also Avanti Law Group, Grand Valley State University.
Interesting, just to add, the 40 Under 40, the Business Journal sponsors every year, included Rob Bliss, an Avanti Law Group partner. So
Raquel Salas.
a happy reunion for them.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Where's Waldo. Where's Rob? We'll explain when we come back in 1 minute. And we're back with more West Michigan Week and our guest, Scott Erickson, who's the producer of the LipDub. As mentioned, Rob was supposed to be here. Rob Bliss was supposed to be here, but he's such a celebrity now. Take us through the day and why he couldn't make it.
Sure, we've been inundated with media attention across the world, really. A lot of news organizations have picked up our story, have been embedding our YouTube video on their websites. Yahoo.com featured it on their video.yahoo.com extension, and today we had a Detroit Free Press interview, some other news organizations from Detroit. Last night we were interviewed for World News Tonight on ABC with Diane Sawyer, and it's been quite a ride. Yeah,
And that aired Friday, was scheduled to air Friday at 6:30,
Correct.
right?
Right, so it will have aired. ABC World News Tonight Grand Rapids named the Persons of the Week. Quite interesting. I believe the mayor was on ABC's Good Morning America. Here's what one film critic had to say about the LipDub. From the Chicago Sun-Times, Roger Ebert from his journal. This is dated May 29th. The greatest music video ever made. That's impressive. However, he goes on to write, all done in one single uninterrupted shot starring the good people of Cedar Rapids,
Correct.
Iowa. How does their video compare?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen their video. I'm sure it's probably great.
He has apologized, hasn't he?
He did. He posted something, I believe, on his Twitter account and then via his blog as well that was a mistake, that it was Grand Rapids, and that he'll take any edits that he gets in the future.
Any contact from Newsweek? Any apology there? Do they acknowledge the LipDub? Do they apologize?
That's sort of an interesting story, something I find rather funny. Newsweek was, I guess you'd say, post-bombed on their Facebook wall by fans of our video, where they just posted the video. So there were pages and pages, and they did respond to that via a note on Facebook, basically saying that they love Grand Rapids, they love our video, but that it wasn't them, it was mainstreet.com, a content sharing agreement that they picked up and then put in their website.
That's where the story came from.
Correct.
Right.
But no apology.
I don't think it was a direct apology, but I believe sort of distancing
We
themselves.
heart Grand Rapids
Yeah.
and love the video.
Sure. It's an added bonus for us. Our primary objective in this production and the subsequent PR that we've done was not to go after Newsweek. A lot of the media spin went in that direction, which we're okay with if it helps promote Grand Rapids in the
Mayor
community.
George Hartwell had already done that. I was surprised that he really put some gloves on during his State of the City address.
Yes.
Back at the end of January, taking Newsweek to task and talking about the metro area. I mean, that was sort of a theme note for him, and it may be forever after a part of the way that he begins his State of the City speech. But
Yeah.
even the mayor was noting that that wasn't an apology. How far will Rob Bliss push this, or will you push it, Scott, to
I don't foresee
declare the
us-
truce?
Of course, I think we have actually.
Sweet revenge is
I
really-
believe, yes, I believe the best revenge is living well, and best revenge is success. Not that we were out for revenge, but if we got it, then okay, cool, pat on the back for us. But it's about Grand Rapids in the end. And I don't foresee any Rob Bliss or Scott Erickson or Grand Rapids LipDub official, demand of an apology.
And what's next? The Rapids concert series is coming up in August.
That's
hitting
correct.
Downtown.
Yep.
Is that
I
next?
believe Rob is affiliated with some promotion side on that.
And you are?
Well, my music organization that I just started, Diligent Music, represents Rob and his band to a pretty large capacity. It's essentially a music artist development collective, and we look forward to Rock the Rapids. It'll be a lot of fun for sure.
Oh, I think so too. Great lineup.
Do I get to give a little critique?
Of course, absolutely.
All right. I thought it was great. I thought one take,
Disclaimer.
how long was it? 9 minutes?
Just under 9 minutes.
Okay. You could have chosen Inagata Navita. That would have gone on for for a long time. If you're saying this wasn't really to break a length record, right?
Correct. Not to break a duration of video record, correct.
All right, here's my one knock.
Sure. Okay.
Did it represent the community, did you feel? As I watched it, and I'm not the only person to have commented along these lines, it seemed very white and very male. Have you heard, is that something you've heard before?
I haven't heard too much of that. I think there's a little bit of that on the web. I think that it does represent our community very well. There is actually a pretty diverse cast within the video, and it's a really, really great expression of Grand Rapids.
Because that was just the, and I do notice some of the faces in the crowd also. But that was that's it. That's my only area where I thought, it could have been maybe a little more
You didn't
diverse.
count all the cheerleaders, did you?
I did. I did count the cheerleaders. The cost, you'd mentioned the cost. What did the city pick up in cost? I saw fire trucks and firefighters. What's the cost there to the city?
Absolutely. There is no cost to the city, I don't believe. I actually specifically remember writing them a check personally. Yep, we actually, became a vendor to Rob's nonprofit, my company did, and we picked up all the permits with the city and we cleared everything through and we made full payments to the city for this event, so there were no taxpayer dollars or any underwriting for the city. As a matter of fact, nonprofit status is required for a city to co-sponsor an event. Since my company's not, we didn't even receive a co-sponsorship from the city or any of the local organizations, although we were supported by them.
I know during Art Prize, a number of the artists remarked over and again how quickly they were able to proceed with the necessary permits, with fire inspections, especially during the first Art Prize.
Sure.
Did you find that to be true too? The city was a willing participant in this in that way?
Absolutely. The Grand Rapids LipDub video is a memorial and a testament to how open and wonderful a community Grand Rapids is, not just its inhabitants, but also its local government. We had unilateral support across the board from the fire department, risk management, the mayor's office, the city manager's office, police and fire department included. Actually, our pyrotechnician, Captain Boom, or Andy Webb, he actually was personally recommended by the fire department, having worked on projects with them.
And those were the explosions along the bridge as you were
That was
moving.
impressive. I didn't expect that.
I think everyone is remarking about that. To your point earlier, that was one thing that everyone famously has been talking about, is the timing and how well done that was.
Well, you have to remember, Rob and I are both 22. We look forward to our 23rd birthdays this year.
Yep.
And we're very ambitious and progressive, I think, in what we want to do professionally. But at the end of the day, we're kids that like to blow stuff up, too.
All right, and we look forward to more of the pyrotechnics and the big experience, and really, what a week. Who would have thunk that this would be all over the world? Great job.
Thank you.
Carol Valade.
Thank you, Patrick.
Scott Erickson.
Thank you, Patrick. Carol, thank
LipDub
you.
producer, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next week on West Michigan Week.